So everyone knew last season that one of the weaknesses of the Buffalo Bills was that offensive line. With new offensive line coach Bobby Johnson, do we look at offensive tackle this year in the draft? Who should we watch out for at the NFL Combine? Welcome to Believers Talk as we continue our Who to Watch For NFL Combine coverage. NFL Combine just 1 week away, and we will have you covered right here on Believers Talk every step of the way. If you're new to this channel, again, we've already done the wide receiver edition. We've already done the tight end edition. So thank you for joining me. This will be the offensive tackle position, who to watch for at the NFL Combine. So thank you for joining me. My name is Joe. If you haven't already hit that subscribe button, guys, be sure to do so. I think it's over here, down there. It's like this little red button. It says subscribe. If you don't know how to read, look for the red, hit it. Subscribe to this channel, like this video, leave a comment below, and I'll happily get back to all my comments when I can. I love hearing comments, so if you don't hear a name you thought maybe you should crack the top 10 of who to watch for, or you like one of these guys, let me know in the comments below. I always enjoy hearing that. So, again, welcome. We want to talk about the offensive tackle position this year at the NFL Combine. Who to watch for, who do we like, who don't we like, and who could the Buffalo Bills potentially draft in the 2019 NFL Draft. So we'll start with a guy that I've actually seen on a lot of mock drafts going to the Buffalo Bills. This is a guy I see Buffalo picking up in quite a few mock drafts, and that is going to be Jawaan Taylor, offensive tackle from Florida. Now, I know some of you guys like him, some of you don't. You've commented on here before, but please leave a comment again. Do you like this guy? Do you like this pick? If Buffalo got him at number 9, would you be happy? Let's be honest, I feel like we could use as much help as we can at the offensive tackle position. I do not feel like this would be a bad pick. I do think Jawaan Taylor is a top 20 NFL draft pick. But maybe we could trade back, get some more capital for him too, because I don't know if he's a top 10 pick. So, we're talking about Jawaan Taylor, offensive tackle from Florida, 6'5", 340 pounds. Just a big guy. Strength is one of his good consistencies. He's good with both the pass and the run blocking, which is something that you need in the NFL, especially for a team like Buffalo, who runs and passes pretty consistently, like, the same amount of time in a game, or at least they try to. That is what they would love to do, is stay close to 50% each way, running and passing the ball. So he's got both running and pass blocking as well. The one problem that we have, or scouts have with him, is he is lacking consistency. Okay, you talk about a team like Florida, we've seen him do very well at times, and we've seen him struggle at times. Now, I know they play in the SEC, tough competition, which is good because a lot of the guys you're going up against, guys are going to play in the NFL too. But we need more consistency out of him if he wants to be a consistent 3-down player in the NFL. Going to number 2 on this list, I have Jonah Williams, offensive tackle from Alabama. Again, this is the third list we're making so far of who to watch for on the Combine. I think I've mentioned at least one Alabama player in each of my previous 2 and now this video as well. Always have high NFL prospects coming out of Alabama, and this year is no different. Jonah Williams, offensive tackle, Alabama, 6'4", 297 pounds. He's a versatile guy. We all know how much Coach McDermott and GM Brandon Beane love versatility. And guess what? That's what this guy brings you. He can play guard. He can play tackle. He can play center. In 2018, before the season began, Alabama told prospects they wanted to play him at center. However, due to the players on Alabama's offensive line, they're just unable to do that. So you're talking about a versatile guy who could play multiple positions on the offensive line. That's always a big thing, and that's something you want to look forward to when you're looking for offensive tackles or offensive line players in the NFL draft. And that is why I think Jonah Williams might be a little bit higher on my board than some others, but I have Jonah Williams second overall. Number 3, you go down one more. I have Greg Little. He's number 2 on a lot of people's boards. I am down number 3, 6'6", 325 pounds from Ole Miss. He does pretty well against the run block. He does pretty good against the pass block as well, but he does not do well against the bull rush. He doesn't do well when someone, if you don't know what bull rush is, it's exactly what it sounds like. When that bull lowers his horns, he gets going, he runs straight at you. That is what a bull rush is, and he doesn't do well against those. He needs to be able to bend at the knees, get good leverage, and be able to push them away, stand his ground in those situations better if he wants to be an NFL offensive tackle. That bull rushes happen a lot, especially if a defense knows you're weak against them. They're going to do that against you all the time. Jerry Hughes does a great job with it. If you ever watch Jerry Hughes, defensive end for the Buffalo Bills, you know he does a wonderful job with the bull rush, and that's what defensive ends will exploit if you can't do it well. So he's number 3 on my list. You go down to number 4, you got Cody Ford. He is also a versatile player, and that is why I have him at number 4 from Oklahoma. 6'5", 335 pounds, good size, good athlete, quick feet for his size, and also just good movement from side to side. So that's something you also look forward to in offensive line play. Not only do you want to be able to handle the bull rush well, but you also know, again, something Jerry Hughes does well, spinning away from offensive line players. You need to be able to handle it. You need to be able to move quickly from side to side. And that's something else I want to say, guys. If you're watching the NFL Combine, again, we'll have you covered. So if you don't want to watch the NFL Combine, you don't have to. We'll tell you what happens right here on Believers Talk. But if you're watching the offensive tackle drills, 40 times might not be the most important stat for offensive tackles, right? You want to watch those cone drills. You want to watch some of those rep drills, things like that for the offensive tackle position. Those would be more important. How often is the offensive tackle run, dash 40 yards? Even when he's blocking for running back downfield, he's not dashing down there. He's setting up the running back's helping set up the blocks. Sometimes even the running back, you see him give him a little push so they can get in front of the running back to push him. So want to remind you guys of that as you watch the NFL Combine. Number 5 on my list is Andre Dillard, offensive tackle, Washington State, 6'4", 310 pounds. Again, quick feet, heads off bull rushes, so he's really good against the bull rush, able to pull them away, able to stand them up, so that way he gives his quarterback more time, gives him a cleaner pocket, and he does well with leverage, which is also very good with the bull rush. However, where he struggles with is getting off the ball quickly. Okay, he has good recovery speed, he has good athleticism, but he struggles getting off the ball quickly. He needs to do a better job with that in order to maybe move his draft stock up come NFL draft day. Number 6, I got Trey Pipkins, offensive tackle, Sioux Falls, guys. This is a guy who plays in Division II ball, but he has made a name for himself, went to the East-West Shrine game and was unbelievable. If you haven't watched it, I'm sure there's a video of it on YouTube. The East-West Shrine game 2019, did a great job and actually was named as one of the best players of that game. 6'7", 307 pounds, good size, good length, good strength, and great footwork. So this guy has a lot of pluses. To be honest, I won't be surprised if during the Combine you see him start creeping up a little bit. Start creeping up draft boards, and this is a guy I really want you guys to watch out for. His only knock that scouts were talking about was the level of competition. Again, Division IIA school over at Sioux Falls. However, you can only play against who you play against, right? So we'll see what happens come the NFL Combine. How does he do when facing some NFL type tests, and how well does he perform compared to other offensive tackles who will be in the NFL as well. Number 7, I got David Edwards, offensive tackle from Wisconsin, 6'7", 315 pounds, quality run blocker with strength, but he lacks quickness and athleticism. So he's a quality run blocker at the point of attack. However, you get him outside, you get him on maybe a H-back sweep, not going to do so well, not going to be able to get downfield quite as well. Not that great against the pass blocking either. Again, not that great against the bull rush. So that is something that you need to look out for, and that is why he's ranked number 7th on my big board here, or my board. I don't know if I want to call it big board because that's what my Piper uses, and I don't want to steal people's stuff. I don't want to do that here on Believers Talk. I want to do my own thing, and this is my top 10 Combine. Not saying that they'll stay this way for the NFL draft, but maybe they will. Who knows? Who knows how to look at the NFL Combine? Number 8, I got Dalton Risner, offensive tackle, Kansas State, 6'4", 308 pounds. He did really good work at the Senior Bowl. If you have been subscribing to me for a while, you know that we live stream play-by-play reaction of the Senior Bowl right here. His name was brought up on more than one occasion. Did a good job at the Senior Bowl. Really helped his draft stock a little bit However, his inconsistent play throughout a season is why he's down this far, down to number 8. Number 9, Isaiah Prince, offensive tackle, Ohio State, 6'6", 306 pounds, good size, good length, good quickness for what you want in an offensive tackle. However, lacks toughness. Just really needs to get a little tougher, get a little more of that dog in him, as some people like to say, and plays at a poor pad level. What that means is, again, you need to get good leverage if you're an offensive tackle, right? You're pushing up, you gotta get good leverage. That's why sumo wrestlers will be so good at offensive tackle, because they're really good at leverage, right? If you ever watched movie Replacements, you know what I'm talking about. But if you don't have good pad level, that means players will be able to get out under you and push you back and create problems in the pocket for an NFL quarterback. So in order number 10, my last on the top 10 list, Dennis Daly, offensive tackle, South Carolina. 6'5", 304 pounds, good size, good strength, a little inconsistent at times, and he plays down to his competition. What I mean by that is, we've all heard it been said about teams, right? Playing down to your competition. Well, that happens with individual battles as well. And so you want to be able to play up to your competition, because in the NFL, everyone knows how to play. That's why they're in the NFL. You cannot take anything for granted in the NFL. It's a big step up from college to the NFL. So you want to make sure that you play up every single week. So those are the top 10 guys that I'm looking at the NFL Combine. There are 2 more names I wanted to give you guys, kind of throw at you. Let's see how they do at the NFL Combine. May see their stocks begin to rise right before the NFL Draft. I'm talking about Chuma Edoga, offensive tackle from USC, 6'3", 303 pounds, had knee and hip injury issues throughout 2018. Which may have cost him some production, cost him a game or 2, I believe, this past season. So we'll see how he recovers from that, and maybe that will help him move up the draft board as we reach closer and closer to the NFL Draft. And then Nate Davis, offensive tackle, offensive guard, again, versatility from Charlotte. Good Senior Bowl, 6'3", 317 pounds. Let's see how he does at the NFL Combine. Maybe see him move up some draft boards as well. Again, weak offensive tackle class, so there is plenty of room to move up, move down. We'll see what happens. Juwan Taylor sitting up there at that number 1 spot for offensive tackles. Pretty sure he's safe, but we'll see what happens as we go to the NFL Combine next week. Again, we'll have you covered right here on Believers Talk. So if you don't feel like watching it, or if you want to watch it and see what we say, we'll have you completely covered on all things Buffalo Bills and all things Buffalo sports. So if you haven't already subscribed, hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you soon. And follow me on Twitter. I always forget to mention this. I'm on Twitter too. I put polls up there. I try to keep you up to date on all Buffalo sports news on Twitter as well. So be sure to follow me there. I look forward to seeing you all soon. Until I do, go Bills.